can't get one person to come on and watch this thing, or at least comment, gonna have to wait and try this again tomorrow. Oh, we got somebody. Thank goodness. How's it going there, Jay? I was really getting worried. Thank God this case should be relatively quick to open. Alright, not wasting any time. Tonight we have our recently released 2025 Leaf Pop Century. The breakdown on this is a partial snake. They added in some extra stuff that they have not had in the past. So all of those items, they'll just be snakes. Alright, there they all are. I guess because it's a Friday night, they're all partying. Not us our boring old guys. Alright, so I wish they'd go back to the foam. The cards do not stay in in these cardboard things. Okay, so quick recap here on how this works. There's 4 cards in each box that are these right here. And then they added this proof pack, which is supposed to have, it's a printing plate or, oh, it's 2 printing plates. That's what it was. So we'll start with this one. So, since being that they're printing plates, they're all going to be, or excuse me, production proofs. So we have Ernest Thomas, if I remember correctly, he was Raj on What's Happening, and a gold of Ewan McGregor. That's cool with all the circles in the background. All right, now we have a 1 of 1 Chanel West Coast. And we have 4 of 4 Bai Ling. Uh, 2 of 3 Pam Grier. And she put a little inscription of Jackie, because that picture is Jackie Brown. And number 4, we have ourselves another 1 of 1 with a superfractor pattern of Heather Locklear. Yeah, I have not watched any breaks. I saw a few people post what they hit in their cases, and I think I had heard that there is some repetition on what comes out of the cases. I'll just, can't. I did hear that they're banking pretty big on the redemption. There's one redemption in each case. That's for the Pearl, right? Okay, we have PJ Souls. I honestly don't know who that is. And where? Oh, Orianthe. I don't know who that is either. All right, so just since this one's already visible, so you have Jesse Metcalf with a John Rowland inscription, and this is 43 of 100. All right, then we have, I gotta bother me that they're so 2 of 3, Sally Kirkland. 4 of 5, Molly Ringwald. Can go with the, I guess it was the 40th anniversary of Breakfast Club. And very nice, 1 of 2, inscribed, Chuck Norris, Way of the Dragon. I saw a video today. I'm not sure if you'd seen the thing going around where if 100 men could beat one male adult gorilla, and it was could 100 male adult gorillas beat one Chuck Norris? Needless to say, he kicked their asses. All right, we have Josh Gad. And Wayne Knight. Let's see if we put these in any kind of order. All right, let's start with 18 of 25, Adrienne Barbeau. And we'll go with this one. Another 1 of 1, Dolph Lundgren with a He-Man inscription. Guess he doesn't have any shame. I would not. That was a terrible movie. And then we have 2 of 25, Giancarlo Esposito. And we end with another 1 of 1. They're coming out like crazy. Christina Applegate. And it's one of the die cut. in the different case breaks that you've seen, Jay, how many multi-sign cards have come out of a case? Alright, Pete Best. And Henry Thomas. Let's see how we did in this one. So I like to put them in order. Not a great box. I still don't know who this is. 2 of 5, Orianthe. And we have 23 of 25, Pete Best. One of 4, Dolph Lundgren again. Looks like he's got Gunner. Not familiar with that image, so I'm not sure if maybe that's Expendables. And 1 of 8, Kristy Swanson with Buffy at the bottom. Why even bother with this cardboard? They'd be better off just, putting them in a wrapper. Alright, let's hide them. Well, here's an actual printing plate, not a proof. Amanda Bierce. I know there's somebody on Blowout who's a big Married with Children fan. I can't remember who. What we got here? Josh Radnor, printing plate. Not a great one for the autographs. 3 of 3, Priscilla Presley. I don't know what that date is. Is that when she got married to Elvis? No clue. Vera Farmiga, 1 of 5. 3 of 7, Henry Winkler. And here is our Pearl autograph redemption. Yeah, that was the only date I could even, think of. See, it actually seems kind of late. I mean, we have another encased card. Dave East. Don't know who that is. And Molly Ringwald. All right. 15 of 25, Annabeth Gish. 3 of 10, Katie Segal. Can go with that Amanda Beers. 2 of 3, Tom Arnold. I actually really like this subset, the Saturday Night Host. You know, I am shocked that they have not made another Saturday Night Live set since the early 90s. And 57 of 100. It's just amazing how many of these there are. But it is Joe Pesci. Okay, Fran Tarkenton as our first proof. And then another printing plate, William Shatner. Let's see. All right, we start with 7 of 7, Drake Bell. Yeah, what was it, Josh and Drake? 3 of 4, Linda Blair. 1 of 7, John McGinley. And we end with a 1 of 1, Ben Stiller and Ethan Hawke. You know, you would think they'd at least say the name of the movie that they were co-stars in. I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, the picture, they're both really young, so. Alright, so we have Penelope Ann Miller for our first proof. I'm going to back this up a little. I feel like my hands are so close to the camera. And co-stars pre-production proof, let's see. Eric Stoltz, Rosanna Arquette, John Travolta, Uma Thurman. So yeah, our co-stars. Alright, let's see what we got here. 4 of 7, Jamie Kennedy. 4 of 15, Robin Thicke. 24 of 25, Dylan McDermott. Pretty sure I read he's in a new show coming up next season. And 1 of 1, Saturday Night Host, Margot Robbie. Jay, on the sell sheet, I remember them saying that there was a guaranteed, autographs in the case, like a huge list. I don't know, was Joe Pesci one of them? Yeah, this cardboard is terrible. I don't know, it was like, Al Pacino and whoever else. Ralph Carter. Good Times. And Leanne Curtis. Don't know who that is. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, well, we'll start with this one because I don't know who this is. 5 of 5, Trey the Truth. 7 of 25, Dina or Dinah Manoff. I don't know who that is either. Oh, this is terrible. I'm usually a lot better with these. 14 of 15, Josh Gad, Olaf from Frozen. And 2 of 3, Gina Lee Nolan, Nicole Eggert, and Tracy Bingham. So we have some Baywatch actresses. Last one. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we'll get that Anthony Hopkins for you. Another Henry Thomas for our production, pre-production, and Christy Brinkley. Right. 2 of 10, Gina Lee Nolan. 1 of 1, Danny Elfman. 2 of 10, Roger L. Jackson, Ghostface. I guess did he write Scream? And we end with a 1 of 1 of Chris Pine. Sorry we did not get your Anthony Hopkins. Alright, so quick recap. All these pre-production proofs. We had 2 printing plates. So there was 2 per box, so then there should be 18 of these. Our Pearl Redemption. We got 2 of the Immortals, Joe Pesci and, or excuse me, one's in Inscriptions, one's in Immortals. Joe Pesci and Jesse Metcalf. And then a real quick rundown here. Chris Pine, Roger Jackson, Danny Elfman, Gina Lee Nolan, triple, Gina Lee Nolan, Nicole Eggert, Tracy Bingham, Josh Gad, Dina Manoff, Trey the Truth, Margot Robbie, Dylan McDermott, Robin Thicke, Jamie Kennedy, a duel of Ben Stiller and Ethan Hawke, John McGinley, Linda Blair, Drake Bell, Tom Arnold, Katie Seagal, Annabeth Gish, Henry Winkler, Vera Farmiga, Priscilla Presley, Christy Swanson, Dolph Lundgren, Pete Best, Orianthe, Christina Applegate, Giancarlo Esposito, a second Dolph Lundgren, Adrienne Barbeau, Chuck Norris, Molly Ringwald, Sally Kirkland, Heather Locklear, Pam Grier, Bai Ling, and Chanel West Coast. Okay, that is it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get the pictures up until tomorrow night. I've got to get up early tomorrow. I have a memorial fundraiser I have to go to, so I can't stay up another 2 hours putting everything together. But I will get them up as soon as I can. I already have the blank for my spreadsheet set up, so as soon as I get home tomorrow, I'll get that stuff, get that on there. So thank you, Jay. I really appreciate you being on here. Looks like we were the only 2 that were talking the whole time. There's a couple of breaks still trying to fill, some Game of Thrones, and that's really about it right now. If there's anything you're interested in having me try and do a break of, shoot me a message on here, on Facebook, on Blowout, and we'll see what we can do for you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next break.